Alright, today it looks like we're going to have to get into this Craftsman Snowblower. It is electric start. You can hear it's not really engaging. Nothing really happens when you try to pull on it. It's locked up. I believe the mice got into it, so we're going to pull it apart and see what I can find. The first thing I'm going to do is pull the spark plug off, see if maybe get it to turn over without the spark plug. See if it's compression locked, which it's not. Spark plug is pretty old and should be replaced, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Next, I'm going to pull the recoil off and see if maybe something in there is causing it to bind up. Alright, so the next thing I did is I pulled the three nuts off of here so I can get the recoil off. The recoil itself, kind of hard to show with my phone in my hand, but the recoil itself does work just fine. But I did find there was a mouse nest back in there. So I'm going to have to take this apart. My guess is it's all bound up from this mouse nest that's in there. Once I get that out, it should free it up. Alright, I got this side cover off, which covers up the carburetor on that side. It's just kind of hanging by a wire and a couple of little connectors for the carburetor. As you can see, there was a whole lot of mouse nest stuff under there, and there's still some back in there that I gotta pick out, but I'm thinking that's a problem. I'm gonna pick it all out, and then I'm gonna try to put a wrench on there and turn the engine by hand. I cleared those few things back out and don't even need to grab a socket because now it turns by hand. So now all of that mouse nest was cleared out of there. I'm just going to throw it all back together. I'm going to try to fire it up with the electric starter and hope it works because it hasn't been run in a couple of years. Alright, it's all back together. First thing I did was I removed the bolts off of this and I removed the recoil. Next, I took this cover off, which is 2 screws there, and there's a bolt back here. This cover slides out. This little guy just pulls off. Used a flathead and just popped it off. There was one wire to disconnect, and that just came off to the side. Next, I removed these 2 Phillips head screws, these 2 bolts, and then there are a bolt on each side. One there. And if it'll focus, there's one down in there. After I got those off, the cover just pulled out. Again, the mouse nest was all down in there. I pulled it all out. Once I did, it freed everything up and I just threw it all back together. Now that it's all back together, we'll see if it runs. Check the oil. Dirty, 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 but there's oil. Still free. This priming bulb's doing much of anything right now. right, that's the video. I snowblowed last night and again this morning. It's all working as it should. It's just that mouse nest. I appreciate you watching. I'm sure there'll be more to come.